Hello everyone, it's me, Jeremy Jacobs. Welcome to another Few Minutes Friday, mid-November, coming to you not live from Brighton and Hove, where winter is coming and it's getting a bit darker and a bit colder, but today it's sunny. It's Thursday, by the way. I'm recording this on Thursday, just in case you're like, it's Friday and it's raining. Pissing down with rain. What are you going on about? I recorded this day before. Anyway, what am I here to talk to you about today? So this is a kind of like touches on a few other things that sorry, I got a notification on my phone and it made a noise like I had a meeting coming up and I was like, oh God, what's the time? Have I? Anyway, we'll come back to that. Oh, you won't, I will. So yeah, so what were we talking about? Yes, choosing your path, finding your path in life, choosing your path, it's your life. So where does this come from? I have noticed that in my 11 and a half years of running my own business, there's been a lot of times where I have made decisions or done things for either other people or what I think other people think I should do. Now that's a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it? What I think other people think I should do. So that is me creating in my own head without having a conversation with anyone, making up judgments and making up stories in my own head about what people think I should or shouldn't do. That's a fun place to be. And over the lockdown, I have, for myself, spent a lot of time by myself in self-isolation, and it's given me time to think. And what I've realised is that I've had an opportunity to go, what do I actually want to do with my life? Now that everything's kind of been stripped back and I've kind of almost got nothing to lose, what do I actually want to do? And it made me go, oh, okay. And it was just interesting to notice how much of my life I had spent doing things because I think other people think I should be doing it, or the kind of general consensus is, you know, if you think about an entrepreneur and you go on and you watch Dragon's Den or Shark Tank, or you go on to LinkedIn, people are like, I work 59 hours a day and I work so hard, and you sit there and so go, I don't want to work 59 hours a day, even though it's not 59 hours in a day. I don't want to work that many hours a week. I don't want to spend all this time, but there's this little nagging, whatever you want to call them, on your shoulder going, if you only worked harder, you would be more successful. If you only, all this sort of stuff. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've seen as a way to counteract that really mucking annoying voice that tells you you're not good enough. And that is the thing. It's all around you not being good enough. Where do I go with that one? So I would assert that all of this stuff comes from a place of not being enough. A lot of this comes from society, a sort of weird, general kind of like ghostly force of like what we think other people think and what the sort of general ideals are of how we should live our lives. And that's a good thing. Sometimes it helps keep our society under control from doing too much crazy shit. But it can, on the flip side, have a negative impact on our mental health. So if we kind of like imagine and jump to a place where if I could be a certain way, I could. If I was sitting in a place where I was like, me as Jeremy, I am good enough the way I am. Okay? And this is something I have been practicing for the past few months, because I've noticed that I have a lot of self-doubt. Some people call it imposter syndrome, negative mental health and conversation in my head that says I'm not good enough. And then the reaction to that is to go and try and do more and achieve more. And then what happens then is I become overworked, I become burnt out, I become a quivering wreck sometimes. Of like, I'm no good. I go on social media and then I find all this evidence. I go, look at all these people, they're so successful, even though they're giving you the tiniest little snippet of their lives and going, oh look, you know. And success does come in waves. You can't, well, unless you're yeah, someone like Jeff Bezos, where you're an Amazon owner, then success is pretty much up here all the time, right? Because you're just achieving, because you've got all this resource and this money to achieve more, blah, blah, blah. But for us average human beings, it's a little bit more like this, yeah? One week I'm like, yeah, I'm smashing it. And then the following week I'm like, oh my God, I'm the worst. This is rubbish. And anyway, it's called the Rona Coaster. Rona Coaster. Rona Coaster. Coronavirus. Roller coaster. Rona Coaster. Yeah, at the moment. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Anyway, where was I going with that? I got my notes, so I don't go off track. So yes, so that was it. So if we were in a place where we are 100% like rock solid, I am good enough the way I am, okay? Great, yeah, brilliant. Okay, well that's not a realistic place for us all to sit all the time. There are going to be things that happen in life, changes to our mental health or to our circumstances that have us kind of question ourselves and be like, I'm not good enough. Okay. So, I've lost my train of thought. Shit! I didn't want to turn the bloody video off. Hold on. Yes, there we go. Is it back? Yes. Yeah, anyway, so we question ourselves and we're in this constant flux between good enough, not good enough. And so my practice over the past few months is just to be being able to catch the pattern of thought that jumps in and says, I'm not good enough, and to interrupt it and go, shut up, stop talking bollocks. Yeah, because it is bollocks. You are good enough, okay? We are all trying our hardest. We are all doing our best, particularly at this time in these circumstances with this global pandemic and the untold misery and upset, people dying, losing loved ones, losing our jobs, losing our businesses, you know, being forced into social situations where we're not connecting with people the way we used to. We're stuck at home. Yeah, we can try and find the positives, but it reminds you that it is a challenging time and it is difficult. And this is why this message, I believe, is so important, because we have to remind ourselves we are enough. We are enough the way we are. And the thing that that I wanted to carry on from that point was that this kind of like perceived pressure from others, and I say perceived pressure because the pressure doesn't actually exist. We say, oh, they pressured me into doing it, or I feel pressured that I should. Now that is all brain generated from your head, okay? Unless someone is actually physically coming around to your house or to your place of work and making you do something, yeah, then it's generally comes from our head. Now, there are other circumstances where it could feel the same, like someone is physically making you doing it even though they're not there. You might have a boss or an employer or a loved one who has some kind of like control over you in the sense of a contract or an agreement, and they're saying, right, well, if you don't do that, you're going to lose your job. Yeah, okay, that definitely feels like pressure. But that said, often this pressure we talk about of this should and we shouldn't is brain generated, and I believe it all comes from a place of us not being good enough. Because if we felt good enough, if we felt strong enough in ourselves, then when someone says to you, I don't like what you just did, or I don't agree with you, or I think you're X, or I think you're Y, the response would be, okay, that's your view, but I'm comfortable with who I am and the choices I make in life. So thanks very much, but I'm going to crack on the way I was. Anyway, I'm definitely going to leave it there. Oh, I rambled on for 9.5 minutes. I had some other stuff to say, which I am going to jump on and record another video pretty much straight away after this to continue it. So stick around for next week's exciting episode, which is about something I haven't quite defined yet. Anyway, thank you for listening. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Much love and kisses and nice, warm, socially distanced things that make you feel better. And I shall see you very soon.